Hey golfers, Tony with Reactionary Golf. We finally got a break from some rain here in Mississippi. It's actually cool. It's almost June and I'm wearing a pullover. But hey, had a great question from Jeff, one of our members, asking about what does the right foot do? How does that push off? Is it like pitching a softball underhand? Is it like pushing off on a baseball mound? And it's a yes and no answer. A lot of it depends on what you feel happens, but really we have to be careful with that. The purpose of pitching and working off a mound is so we can get some of this body momentum towards that home plate. Well, if we do that in the golf swing and if we do it at the wrong time, it really can be disastrous because what can happen is once I get up to the top of my backswing, if I really try to feel like I'm on the inside and I try to really push off on this, you can actually see my body can get way ahead of the golf club. And so all of a sudden I'll get up here and I'm pushing and it's just really lagging behind. So that's what we don't want to have happen because it throws off our sequence. Now, the pushing off is important at the right time. When does that happen? That happens through impact. That's when we do want to push off. But really what I want you to do with the right foot for our right-handed golfers is really kind of get that feeling like we're loading up into that right hip. Let that knee straighten out just a touch. Don't try to keep it bent because if you keep it bent, that's actually going to get us centered a little bit. Let that straighten out just a touch so we work into that right hip. Now we've loaded up the glutes muscles and the hamstrings so that way they can fire and work this way. So I need that right foot to be strong. So we got to be careful. Don't get it too flared out. At the same time, we don't need it turned in. I like to see it flared out about 5 degrees, just give us some mobility there. But from here, once those arms come down, that's when I want to feel like I'm really kind of pushing those hips. That musculature is coming from here. This is where that force is. And the resultant force then goes into the ground because this is coming up through extension. Now, how much thought is really done with this? Because it's happening right about here, we only got about 80 milliseconds to process this information. Not a whole lot. So it's more of a feel. And the feeling is as those arms are coming down, then I'm pushing off the ground to go that way. So be careful when you try to push. We don't want to push too soon because that's going to get us shifted forward too much. And then we'll miss hit the shot. So look something like this. So when I push off at the right time, I do feel this extend, and I do feel like there is some resistance going on down there to help me get up into that position. So use the ground effectively, but use your muscles and use that foot as our contact with that ground. Thanks for watching. If you want more of this research, join us on Inside the Golf Lab at reactionarygolf.com. Guys, have a great Memorial Day weekend. See ya.